Regular days would turn into never-ending weekends, ordinary way. No, the unicorn low. You plus me up, ripple effect. One dreaming architect. Hey, what do you say?
Right on cue. That's pretty good, isn't it? I didn't try to do that. Dad Random here. And yes, the Mini 3 bug is getting a little bit annoying. So I decided to give you my input on the Mini 3 based upon all the same crap you guys have looked at. It's about time because I'm the only one that really knows anything about this thing. Everybody thinks they do, but I haven't spoken yet. And since I haven't spoken yet about the Mini 3, none of what's been said matters. So that's what I think. You're like, tell me what you really think, Dad Random. Let's see if I can get that. Here, we'll just go ahead and shut that up. All right. So we got no music playing. Do you like my guys? Epidemic Sound rules. So if you can, I don't think I have a link on, but on one of my videos there is. So I tried audio for a while, and they're just not. They're not hip enough. They're not cool enough. They've got good music, but it's just not. I don't know. It's too like just plain Jane. You know, it's not. There's no like pop in it. There's really no like good moving rock or anything. So I can't do that. Epidemic Sound. I mean, I pay for these guys, and I'll put them on my channel, and because they're good. So. It's kind of like why I buy DJI drones. Not all can say that. So thank you, Dennis. Lone Star in the house, okay? And I just, I got to change some stuff over. I just wanted to say a few things about what I see. I didn't watch a single video about the Mini 3 from anybody. I just looked at the same images everybody else looked at because I don't want to like cloud my judgment. And I think with that being said, I wanted to be said, okay, or be heard and make comments. Right? So anyway, and be said and whatever. All right, that's so. Without further ado, the what people are saying. All right, I had to do something there. Sorry, I had to add my mic. There we go. Now I can say something. Um, there we go. We're clipping. I was clipping on my last video really bad, so hopefully this doesn't clip. But this is the picture once it was put up. Everyone, hey, look, that's not a Mini 3. Yeah, it's guys. I'm sorry to tell you right now, it's a Mini 3. It is a Mini 3. It is an actual Mini 3. Yes, it's a Mini 3. I don't care if you've got 100,000 subscribers or you have two subscribers or a gazillion. Yes, it is a Mini 3. And I'm going to give you two things, okay? Two things that is going to make the Mini 3, or it's going to prove to you in the Mini 3 is going to be the best drone in the market. Yes, I am a DJI fanboy. So those two things are going to set this drone apart from all the rest of them. And once I say these two things, everybody's going to parrot me and go, oh, these are the new things. And you say, no, this has been said. No, it's not been said. I don't know it's not been said, but I'm saying it's not been said because nobody emphasized it like I'm going to emphasize it. Two things, okay? Two features. And somebody's going to say, dead random, it's 250 grams. No, that's a feature. It's definitely an important feature. But that's not the feature I'm thinking about. Dead random, look at that. There's a smart controller there. No, it's a semi-smart controller. But you're getting close. So when you say something about the controller, yes, that makes it unique. You're like, it has a screen? Yeah. Tell me how many we'll see though, because this is the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Your judgment has been plenty clouded already. Yes, it's clouded now that I'm actually talking about this thing. So that's what makes it extra clouded. Here, I need to be more important. So I'm gonna bring myself into the picture a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little OBS magic to make me a little more significant. Get rid of the mic right there. There we go. This is the first, well, no, it's not the first. It is the first, we call it prosumer drone. It's not, it'll be prosumer because it's pro. That will come, mini drone, that will come with a screen. And that screen makes all the difference. There's a lot of people who are going to go, well, you don't need a phone. You're probably going to have a phone, assuming that you are going to abide by the drone having and needing a transponder or a module, okay? But, so this thing has to be seen, right? So it has to have connection to the internet. And so we'll see, because I think that's really going to be probably the part that Kai and I should talk about on Tuesday, about its compliance with the FAA. But this is going to have an internet connection of some sort. So meaning that more likely you can stick your phone in your pocket, connect to your Wi-Fi that you carry around. Now that would be one way of doing it. The other way is just connecting the camera right to it. And of course, you only need FPV on the screen. So that's really where to me the question is, if it's basically a true smart controller, it's that already exists. I just don't think it's going to be a full-on smart controller. I think it's going to be a much lower quality version of that. But to have a screen doesn't make it the first, because the Autel original version 1 had a screen and nobody appreciated it because it was freaking as big as some of you guys' manhood. So there you go. Remote ID doesn't require internet connection. I guess it doesn't. We'll talk about that. I guess since it only has to be identified, it doesn't have to talk back, I guess. I guess really the FAA doesn't care whether it talks back. But I look at like collecting information that so I don't believe that remote ID on this is going to be limited to that. So for sure, we'll talk about that, though. I think that's a good conversation to have. But this thing, you need information. You need real-time information. So a couple of things. One is ADS-B. If this has ADS-B, which I hope it does, it makes it really amazing. So per remote ID regulation, the craft has to send out a position of itself and the pilot. Okay, basically identify who the dumb A is flying it. The internet isn't going to be out in the desert where I fly. The internet's everywhere. Come on, Dennis. I do have that problem sometimes, and yeah, I think that's great. I think the remote ID issue is just, when it first came up and it was first a big deal, that was one of the issues is, where am I, if I'm out in a place like where I fly to, and so anyway, so barring remote ID, I don't even care about remote ID. That's another story, because that doesn't make that screen and that controller is not the number one most important thing on this mini drone. Okay, it is not, and it's not those goofy eyes that make it look like a character from Star Wars. It's all, and it's always been with DJI, it's all about the camera and the amazing thing that they do with this camera. So one of the things that is important about one of the most important things about this this specific camera is the gimbal, of course, or the lack of, or the limited version of. And this is actually a challenge that came out to me a while back. And the challenge was this. Somebody told me one time, and I got in this was back when, I was way lesser known. Okay, now that I'm such a massive hit on YouTube, and I'm such a knowledgeable person that everybody wants to copy, is the idea of image stabilization as a gimbal inside of a full-blown drone. Now, the only drone company to actually pull this off was Parrot. And Parrot the Parrot Bebop had a completely image stabilized picture. And it also had the ability for you, since it had a 180-degree fisheye lens, it had the ability to pick what part of that lens it would use. Now, of course, it had to give away, the visual size of a full-on. But now that you can throw a big, huge sensor in there, and according to this drawing, it basically has a similar sensor to, let's see, a 1/1/3 CMOS. It's we'll see what they're able to do with image stabilization, because it has to be stabilized. And I believe and you can't see it really, but I believe there's going to be a combination of the two going on in there. I do not believe they're going to put out a Mini 3 without it to be completely image stabilized. And if that's the case, there are going to be so many Autel users crying about their drones with the poor gimbals. I am so glad I didn't get on the Autel bandwagon. I really missed a firestorm right there. But being the Mini 3 expert that I am, image stabilization, just those two features alone are going to make this the best drone available as far as sub 250 and the things. Now we're going to add, it looks like this one still has on the drawing the same props. Obviously the weight issue is there. The front engine and the props are different. I don't understand why you think you need internet. I fly with the triple ticket. Russell, okay? Nobody's saying you need internet, okay? What I want to have is information, okay? And if I need in one of the most important things that comes in a DJI package is the fact that if you're flying in an area and there's aircraft that are transponding, it's nice to know where they're at, even though they're usually 1,000 feet higher than you. Okay, that's the only thing as far as internet is concerned that I'm. But my main purpose is not to argue that fact. If you want to argue that, we'll talk about. I think Tuesday, maybe Kai will bring that. I'm poking on Kai right now to get him to. ADSB is dead for SUAS. Oh man, come on. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I don't. I've already had it work for me, and so. I guess the idea that you shouldn't know where other aircraft are. Obviously, you don't fly around helicopters. If a helicopter's transponding, and they are fast, and they come out of nowhere. So, but Josh and Russell, thanks for popping in. But like I said, I don't want to get into that debate. The debate I'm going to get into is the two things that this thing is going to revolutionize. One is camera science. These guys are always making camera advances, and they are the best camera on a drone. I don't care what anybody says, unless you build your own drone and you mount your DSLR on it. There's nobody right now that, I mean, even the SE footage I have, and everybody's talking about how their Autel footage is, and I don't see it. I don't see it. The proof isn't there. I want to see some. I mean, the time Autel came out was in the winter, so I want to see some Autel footage that wows me, like something from Queensland, Australia, with like coastline, some beautiful like water shots. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen any glorious video shots from an Autel drone. So Crazy Patrick in the house. What in the heck is going on today? FAA doesn't want SUAS cluttering up the ADSB. Oh, boy. Is that official? I want to see the documentation, Kai. But Crazy Patrick, wow. It's going to be an interesting day when Crazy Patrick shows up. But like I said, two things. One, camera science, stabilization, and what doesn't. I think this next generation now. There's this drone coming out, and there's going to be some form of an FPV drone. They created an FPV group or an FPV department, and I can't imagine them just putting out one drone and killing it. They've got one loser right now out there, and it's been a while since they've had a loser, which is the Action 2. I have yet to see any need to buy that, except for curiosity, and I haven't even thought about it. But this thing makes me very curious. Now, for $1,000, which is what you're going to pay for this thing, guarantee $1,000, $999 something, and some more change for the batteries. They're going to do that because of that controller. That's my view. That's what I think about this. Crazy Patrick, what do you got to say to the Dad Random channel? Good to see you on on the air. I hope you haven't been sick or something because you've been kind of gone. All right. Hopefully Crazy Patrick is safe over there. We got those crazy Ruskies running around trying to mess up Europe right now. So Sweden, you guys are only as good as a solid Finland. So you better go and make yourself a Finnish friend right now. There's the politics of the day, but that's the way I see it. That's the way I see this. I'm very, very excited about the controller. Obviously, it's a copy of the smart controller. I do believe they're going to stick a screen in it. I hope they don't do a mini SE with no screen. I hope they just put a less powerful screen in it or something. But the time has passed of the controller without a screen. For the love of everything holy, DJI, if you make one more drone without a screen, I think it's time. It should be a standard thing. I like my Mini 2, but much more my Mavic 2 Pro, so I don't pay $1,000 for the 249G drone. I wait for a certified drone from DJI. Best wishes from Germany. Josh, thank you for popping in once again. Germans are we're always happy to have Germans drop in, and my German friend Kai can wish you some German greetings. So, but I'm gonna make sure we add you as a moderator. Let's get Russell in there. I appreciate you popping in, Russell. Triple Tech's got an amazing screen. I do agree with you there. This is the screen I'm going to be flying with. This is the new Mini 3 or the new Mini iMini version 6. So this is my new one. It's not as good as the Triple Tech though. Triple Tech's got more nits. This is good. Okay. This is good. Okay. Ooh, that's such a good. It's so nice. So. All right. So that's my rant for the day. I wanted a short rant, just to kind of get my say in, so we don't get clouded by the folks out there that are just spouting stuff, and I'm not spouting anything. I'm telling you the freaking facts. So if you don't get a fact from me, you're going to get it from Kai. So. Like I said, if you want to watch Drone Channel that spews facts, you might as well come here, because I'm full of facts. Facts, not fictions. I didn't jump on the, hey, that's the, I didn't jump right on the picture when this one came out, of course. But thank you very much. That is the location of this, of that specific, that was a Drone XL, Deals Drone, that's where that one came out of. So I want to make sure we gave them a little bit of credit. Moin at Josh Spike, okay. I'm God. Me and Lee was on Sweden Got Talent and are getting bigger here in Sweden, but we missed YouTube and are coming back. Good. All right. But Crazy Patrick, you're always welcome here. Thank you for popping in. Yeah, I'm full of it today for sure, guys. I'm just throwing some stuff out at you, but I do believe that this is a real concept. I also believe some of the other things that were concepts that I believe ended up being right. The Mavic 2 was, the Mavic 3, was what it was. It came out, but they should not ever sell another Mavic 3 or another DJI product that does not have a screen with a proper, a controller without a proper screen. I mean, we've gone past the day where controllers need to have a screen. Just put one on it. Stop freaking messing around. Put a smaller one on. Put a less expensive one on, and then, of course, make it an option to put on a higher nit screen. I mean, how hard would that be? I mean, why would it be so difficult for you, DJI, to do that? Okay, up your freaking game. All right. All right. So, Mr. Spam. Hi, Dad Random. I got a mini SE for Christmas and did a bunch of research on it, and I stumbled across your videos. They are the best. I love your awesome drone footage. Okay, hey, Mr. Spam. Okay, appreciate Mr. Spam. But yes, you're right. I do have the most amazing drone videos. I haven't done crap for drones recently, and I am sick of the freaking guy that keeps showing up on Tuesday, Tech Tuesday. I don't know who his name is. I'm gonna freaking kick him out next time. Who keeps saying, "Why don't you drop? When are you gonna fly FPV next?" Okay, all right. I'm gonna fly FPV as soon as I can. You think guys? I've got all kinds of stuff to do. I've got freaking 3D printing to do. Okay, guys, it's Dad Random. Okay, if this was Dad Drones, then I'd be doing drones every single freaking day. But it's not. I'm Dad Random. I do random stuff, and I do it randomly. Okay, like right now, I started a 3:30, 3:15 stream. I used to do a 4 o'clock stream, and I've been doing it at noon. Okay, and then sometimes I started at 2. All right. Sour Sham. These pictures are all leaks, not facts, just saying. Well, thank you for your expertise, Sour Sham. But just like your name, you are a sham bawa. But thanks for showing up, Sour Sham. I appreciate your input, by the way. And I add you as moderator. DJI is as much as everybody wants to deny the fact that DJI has to put a product out, and we're talking soon. So the idea of this concept, all right, okay. So the only thing that happened in the last concept drone was the fact that we talked about the goofy gimbal on it. So we, like I said, more for Tuesday stream. But the drone itself, the images that were leaked about the drone were pretty damn good. So I would say that the size of this one makes sense. Let me just go back to the other photo. It's definitely you can tell that they squeezed it on that corner. And yeah, obviously, if you look at any photograph, the problem is to truthfully determine if that is a Photoshop. There's a lot of things you can do. Obviously, you can look at the edges and things like that. But it's too soon, or excuse me, it's too soon before release. We're looking at a spring release probably of this thing. That would not be a real concept. So we'll see. But I'm not afraid to freaking to admit that a couple of things on it would be firsts. Image stabilized camera. Now that one, the lens is wrong for it. To make it to more stabilize the image, you would have to make a wider, more round lens, kind of like what they did with Parrot. You need a big aperture so you can see a bigger part of the frame. The other thing is it's not far off to pair up these two products, to pair up a smart controller-like concept with an image stabilized mini drone. You can take all the weight off of with the gimbal parts and all the things that are making the Autel drone an absolute flop and failure. One thing is for sure, we'll know when we know exactly, and that's, Akarisho, no, you'll know when I know, and I know. The GU Minis are nice, but in the wind, a bigger one is more stable. Yeah, the Mavic 3 is a freaking beast in the wind. So is the Autel 2, though. The Evo 2 is really good in the wind as well. I've flown that thing in some pretty good winds. I've got the Air 2. I haven't really challenged the wind with my Air 2 Air 2S. I really don't. If I want to fly heavy, I fly with the bigger quad. Akarisho's in the house. Thank you for joining us, Akarisho. But that's all I got to say about that. So yeah, I'm totally sick of people messing with me and telling me that I should be working harder. So I'm already working hard. Let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna do a display capture here real quick. Let's see if I can add this to you guys. Let's see. All right. There we go. There is the window capture. Put that right there. That is my reason for not flying my drone for the last guys, you got to know, since October, I have basically totally transformed my house. I tore everything out of it and replaced and threw everything back in. So that is the dad random cave right there, as it was yesterday. I finally put the TV up. Of course, that is the definitely no-fly zone. My wife would freaking kill me if I flew in there, but I'm thinking about it. That'd be a perfect place for a P-16 flight. But that's what I've been working on right there, guys. That's been my honeydews every freaking day. So, but that's my comfy spot to been working my freaking tail off right there. Anyway, that's enough of that. But that's what Dad Random's been doing. Working. Okay. Random question. Let's see. I sold my Autel Evo 2 Pro 6K because the rules in Germany. Tom Ailing, Air 2S is amazing in the wind. I have no problem flying any Mavic drone or Mavic related or Mavic line drone in the wind, including the SE. I would fly the SE in the wind with a LiPo. Now, if I had the Lion going, not so much, but if I was LiPo flying in 15 mile an hour, just below 20, I would fly it. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Dad Random, man. Okay. But yes, that is the airport. But I just wanted to I want you to know that I'm not messing around here. You guys think I screw around all the time. You guys think, hey, Dad Random doesn't care about drones anymore because he doesn't freaking do it all the time. And I mean, guys, I got a life, man. Okay, I got a life and I got a wife. She doesn't let me do what I want. All right. That being said, it is that time. One of the things I haven't been able to do either because of that project is take care of myself. I threw 10 pounds on. I haven't been hiking. Think about it. I could be hiking with drones, right? But if my wife knew I was out hiking with a drone and not going home and making sure the freaking new drone nest is getting straw added to it, like a mama bird, if I'm not bringing home something there would be hell to pay. So, but that's my excuse. So that's all. But what do we got? I've been going 42 minutes. All right, that's plenty of time. But Kai Friedrichsen, if you are watching, which I know you are, I think we need to discuss the issues around having a smart controller, which is amazing, actually. If we have a smart controller, oh my Lord, I will be in mini heaven. But it can't be a $1,200 smart controller drone package. Did you hear me even say anything about obstacle avoidance? Did you hear me say anything about obstacle avoidance? No, because it's not new, okay? I don't care if this thing does a follow me, and I don't care if it does tracking. It would be nice if it did some tracking, but I don't care. What I care about is camera, number one. Two, if this thing has a screen finally on its controller, it will be groundbreaking. It will be absolutely freaking groundbreaking. So drone nests are lined with lipo battery bags. Yeah, exactly. It's a good way to burn your drone nest down. Crypto Man 5,000. Holy crap! I haven't heard from Crypto Man in a while. It's probably because I've been starting my streams at really odd times. So, all right. DJI Mini 3 Pro. Do I think it exists? Yes. Do I think it's going to exist this spring? Yes. Do I think it's going to compete with a FPV that possibly could come out earlier or before it? No, because there's been no leaks on that. My only fear, and this is my fear, DJI is worried about money because they don't have to worry about the U.S. government anymore because we're too busy messing around with Europe right now. This would be a great thing if you were Ukrainian. You could have that little sucker flying around. That's actually something we should talk about. Hey, Doug Sunrise, how you doing? We should actually, Lone Star, we should actually talk about that too. Not about the Ukraine, we don't want to talk about the war. What we want to talk about, possibly, I'm just going to lay some seeds down, is the use of a prosumer-like or consumer-like drone like this. Could the military utilize it? Could, say, a foreign military that needed, say, some surveillance, say your country was being invaded by the Russians, let's just use that as an example. Could this possibly be something that you could utilize? And I think that's an absolutely interesting question. So I wonder if the signals would be out, the users, okay, the big thing would be jamming, but they have to know you're flying drones around them. They're not just going to run jammers all the time. The military doesn't run like that. The military is another bureaucracy, okay? Let's just understand that. And if you're a Russian bureaucracy and you don't have a lot of extra cash, you're not going to throw a drone jammer everywhere. And if you're a soldier and you're working and you're worried about getting shot at, the last thing you're worried about is a drone. You're worried about bullets hitting you. So they just get into that idea of, protecting your position. But the technologies that you think exist everywhere just do not exist everywhere. Be interesting. But military drones in the U.S. are very common. That's not even a question. So, but in other militaries, that's an interesting question, especially in a Eastern European conflict. So, what did I miss, Dad? Well, you didn't miss anything because everybody thinks I'm full of crap anyway. You missed the DJI Mini 3 spec guess, okay? And it is a guess, but I think there's possibly, it's a shoot vertical. I don't want it to shoot vertical. I want it to image stabilize without all three axes of the gimbal. All right. But that's it. I'm out of here. So for Dad Random, I hope you like my new set, by the way. I thought this was, I just decided to simplify some things and kind of change some of the first screens. So I hope you like the one where Dad Random's going through the tunnel like that. That was kind of fun, wasn't it? But there it is. Have a great one. It is only Monday. Make sure you make it to Tech Tuesday. I don't know what my Tuesday's like so far, but was throwing some seeds down just in case. I can never commit every second because I have no idea. I'm almost sure I'm going to be able to be there. So Tech Tuesday, check out Lone Star UAV at 4:30 my time, or 5:30, I think, his central time, right? My sound is working. Yeah! And I'm not clipping, am I? It's because I simplified everything. Look at that. My CPU is only using 6%. Wow! Later. Well, we got to do this here. Let's bring the sound up. Ooh, there's some feedback. want some sound. It was such a good stream for a while there, wasn't it?